Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XBLA Fans channel. I'm here to show you, hopefully I get this right, Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. This is a isometric kind of dungeon, not really dungeons, but planets, ships, all that kind of stuff, crawler kind of game. There's loot, there's some co-op, there's online, there's PvP. Full disclosure, I have not done the online stuff because when I did go into it, it sat there for a while and nothing really happened. I could get like another person, but then the game wouldn't activate because I think I needed another person or something. I don't know. I am playing during school hours, so I'm not sure of everyone else. So this is actually your main ship. Well, it's not my ship. It's this lady over here, and I'm actually an Inquisitor, and I have a special mission to track down the Martyr, which is a giant ship. I'm not going to be using too many Warhammer terms, mostly because I know the vast majority of people may not know them. For anyone who does know it, I'm an Inquisitor. I was on the Martyr, a monastery ship, which apparently has become sentient in a way and gone into the warp, and we're now trying to track it down. While on the ship, I found this guy here. He is part of the, I believe, the Storm Watchers, and he got messed up, so we got a tech priest here to fix him up. I had to track her down, and he repaired him, so now he's the PvP node. Let's not ask questions. So like I was saying before, this is very much a kind of dungeon crawler. I have my character sheet. Here's my guy right here. He is a crusader who can deploy turrets, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of menus here, but essentially, hey, this is my level. When my level goes up, I unlock more. I can use, there's more stuff I can use. New weapons and all that kind of stuff is gated by levels and all that kind of stuff. Not going to go too deeply into that. Here's my inventory, my character loadout, and all that kind of stuff. I've sold all my stuff mostly, but everything has it's like the Van Helsing thing. You equip stuff, it gives you more points and goodies and power level. At the top left, you see my power level, which kind of gates where I can go and do missions. Missions will be harder if its power level is higher than mine. I have hit points. Suppression is essentially the higher my suppression level, the harder it is to get negative status effects from enemies. The more enemies are attacking you, the more you are able to get like knockdown, stun, afflicted to you, and all that kind of stuff. And focus is essentially, I don't know what focus is because it's never really come up, and I've done just fine so far. That's what a lot of this game has been so far. There's a lot of stuff thrown at you, but I really haven't gone into had to go into it and like throw points into too many things, and I've done so well so far. This is my skill sheet. Stuff is actually gated by certain certain like, hey, like once I've done a million suppression damage, I'll be able to put points into here. Same thing here. Suffer suppression damage, complete missions without dying, kind of things. I've done about 10 missions so far, including the main mission. But I'm actually going to put some point into movement speed right now, just because it's kind of slow. Heroic deeds are actually these kind of things, like, hey, if I kill enemies within medium range, I'll get the gunnery perk, well, close quarters gunnery perk, which is, I think, which is separate than this. I haven't gotten to morality yet, and progression is the level stuff. Like, once I get to the next level, I'll get a skill point. I'll be able to use bolt pistons. Bolters, yes! Right now I have a chainsword, which is fun. I recently unlocked a heavy flamer, which I actually now have equipped on my second set of stuff. But all that, it kind of eases you into there. And if you don't really understand it, you can always hit select or start selecting. Just go to your tutorials, and it's all in here. Like, I had to look up what suppression was because it didn't teach me there. This game is $60, and it should not be $60 because there are some pretty big issues with polish. Like, first off, as you can see, if you're watching my character walk around, once in a while his character model will flip backwards. There's a lot of issues with textures and stuff like that. There's weird loading stuff and all that kind of stuff. This guy here wants to give me my main mission. We're not going to do that. What I am going to say is about the main mission, which is fun, is I can kind of go to it. So right now, my chances of finishing this main mission, which is a priority mission, is very low. But what I can do is I can pay money to be like, hey, I'm gonna do this stuff, and it's gonna, like, negate like bad effects and stuff like that. Like I can use a psyker, which is essentially a psychic, to map the criminal underworld and slowly increase my success level. Or I could kind of be like, hey, like now I have this like these two things. I can raid a pirate vessel, or I can plant viable cargo on a derelict ship and let it leak to the beast. Let's raid a pirate vessel, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right now I'm in an area where I could be like, hey, I can do multiple different things. There is the campaign mission, and then there's these side missions just to do side missions. I'm going to go ahead and take this demonic intrusion one once we get there. We're going to actually zoom all the way out because I want to show you something. So this is this system here. I can go to each of these planets and pick up missions from anything here. I haven't gotten far enough to actually leave, go this far out. Also, there is frame rate issues at areas. But this seems to be another kind of zoomed out level of, hey, these systems going into there. We'll go to the systems and then missions on each of those planets. But then if I clue out more, this happens all the time with just these loading screens. It hasn't really happened in game. I have like just these like entire areas. But for now, we're going to go on and back to the command bridge to wrap up what I'm showing you. But this is the star map I was just at. This lady sells me stuff. This is like a kind of like a leaderboard kind of thing. This guy gives me the priority missions. This is the online. This is the local. This lady actually allows me to augment my healing syringes. So for right now, they're only going to be give me health back. This one will recover my suppression. This one will increase damage, and it's so on and so forth. But that's what I think is kind of cool. So we're going to go on to the map, and we're going to take a non-main mission. So it'll say like, hey, this is what's in this subsector. And then I'm going to go to this system in here. And as far as I'm aware, I can't like directly go back to the system. I am sure there's something in there. But for now, let's go to where it really wants me to go. We're going to Charkov. But for right now, let's actually quickly look at the assignments. Void weapons, collect all data. I can go in here and kind of go and get to like increase my chances of that. But we're not going to do that. I want to do this incursion. So this is some information. At the top, it shows like how big the event is. Damage dealt will be plus 16%, but I'm going to take 18% more damage. I'll get credits for finishing, get some rank points. Fate, don't know what that's for yet, and Glory, which they explained earlier. But for right now, I'm going to be fighting Chaos. So far, I've been encountering the Chaos faction and the some Rebels. I haven't encountered any Tyranid. I'm hoping I encountered some Tyranid. I may have gone to the wrong mission. I don't know what I did. It doesn't matter. I'm still showing off a mission. Loading times have been not too terrible. Of course, I'm going to say that, and this is going to take forever to load. The entire idea of this game is great. I love Warhammer 40k. Not super into Warhammer. 40k is great. But this game has polish issues. 3 separate times it's been where I've just not been able to attack anymore. I can move and I can pause the game. And for about a good 10 to 20 seconds, it would not let me do anything. And then all of a sudden, yay, I can attack again. I suspended the game once, and all sounds except for music broke, so I had to restart the game. So if you're in the middle of a mission, don't suspend the game. It won't care. It forced me to make a account with the game before I even started playing the game, which kind of makes me feel it felt invasive a little bit. I don't like being forced to put my email account in to do stuff. Maybe, and then it said later like, make sure you agree and activate the account, or certain parts of this game will not be accessible, or to get the full enjoyment of the game. at the core, I am very much enjoying the game. There's lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of screaming for the Emperor, lots of killing of the heretics and the mutants. It's a great game. It just needs more polish, and it should not be full price for what it is offering. It feels like it's going to be a nice long trek through this universe, but it's just off-putting. All right, here we are. We will have to kill the Chaos Scum.
We've detected multiple reality distortion waves.
Oh, so this is the gate one.
The warp gates are active. I've activated the Jella shields to protect the sanity of my crew.
Jella shields, if I'm remembering right, is how you go to go anywhere in this universe. You have to use the warp, and Jella shields will essentially keep the bad stuff away. So there's a lot of stuff on the screen. Upper left is my character. I'm guessing it'd be more characters if I was in a group. Bottom left, RB is essentially my stem pack health. In the middle of that ring is red. That's health. The green, yellow, and red are suppression. The lower that gets, the more I am able to be like damaged with like status effects. The bar shows my attacks. I have a sword. I have a attack that I can just kind of stick it in there. I can go on. It's a nice AoE attack. I have a plasma pistol for the Emperor, which has a shot, and then it has a shield breaker shot, which will take down like their shields and make them easier to attack. If I hit right, I can get my flamer out, and then holy fire from kind of just backing up. They do explain this stuff. You have to go into menus and stuff like that and click buttons. It's actually not too hard to see. There's a nice little AoE attack, and then a continual burn thing. Our L trigger is a grenade. L and R will summon down a turret. So we're gonna go. So my task is I gotta destroy some warp gates. I hit down on the D-pad. I can kind of see the map. One of my issues here is sometimes targeting stuff is difficult. I kind of want to be like, hey, I want to specifically target this one dude because he's a priority, but I can't really do it because there's a whole bunch of other dudes around. So kind of just get off all in here. You'll probably notice that I'm kind of wrecking dudes. This game does a really good job of making you feel like a badass. Well, at least at this part of it. But like that door just opening and just like that dude just getting wasted by one shot feels great. Since my weapon is a laser weapon, a plasma laser, it overheats. There are like pistols and stuff like that that do use ammo. You have unlimited ammo, but you do have to recharge. Let's check out this flamethrower. But from where I am, I would suggest this game, if not for just how much it costs, is kind of crazy for the lack of polish it does have at some points. Oh, this flamethrower is kind of sick. So this one actually has like a kind of a shooting back off. That's actually pretty great. I recently unlocked the ability to get bolters, which is a very staple weapon in the Warhammer universe. So that's actually a super guy, so I'm going to drop my turret in here to help. I'm going to switch my weapons by hitting right, and I'm going to hit him with a blast that should actually make him easier to kill. Toss a grenade at him.
Die, unclean!
I've actually gotten through most of this game so far without actually dying. There it is. Oh, I got some goodies. There we go. Warp rod and a Mars great access. So I can't actually get to any of that from here. So I kind of have to wait until I get back to my home base or my ship to access any of that. But that was a fairly easy kill. But these are all chaos dudes. They're from the warp. They twist and convert everything they touch. So right now my main goal is I'm trying to track down the Martyr ship, which, like I said before, has kind of gone, apparently it sounds like it's become sentient. It engaged its own engines earlier. What are you? Oh, okay, so each of these has, so this is gonna be a fairly long mission because I'm gonna have to go destroy each area. so I probably won't take you through the entire thing. But this is essentially what the game has been. It hasn't been too crazy. But the quality of the models at close are pretty good. But once in a while, running around, like, textures will freak out. Sounds will stop once in a while, but they kind of quickly rectify themselves. But for stuff like that, I kind of have to just stop. And it's very much a kind of dungeon crawler game. Oh.
Kill the heretic.
There we go. They're different types of enemies, like little horde enemies.
They're summoning reinforcements through the rift.
They can summon all they want. I'm just gonna burn that shit.
The gate is closing, but reality is still bleeding into the warp.
But if you like Warhammer, this would probably be worth it. Maybe wait for a sale. But it feels like, it does feel like a game that's gonna have a lot to do in it. Because I've been playing 10 missions now. I'm not sure exactly how long I've been playing, but it feels like I'm going to be playing this for a while, and I probably will keep playing it. Oh, here's a chest. I feel like I go faster this way. I mean, I can't wait to get like a... from what I've played of other Warhammer games and I know of the universe, I'm actually excited to get like a heavy bolter. Can't wait to get like a great axe and stuff like that. Switch on over and just bring righteous fire. Of course, if you want, you can get into cover and stuff like that. I've never really encountered a time where I've needed to do that. You just go somewhere and get left bumper and it boosts you. I have a perk, I think, on a previous item that if I was in cover, I was starting to regenerate health and stuff like that. All right, so we got a boss up ahead. Gonna drop that on in and then just burn. So this thing will overheat, but it does not look like it's gonna happen for a while. So that's him summoning in dudes, but it matters not, for I am an inquisitor. And they're all dead now. I believe I'm on a ship. Essentially everything in the Warhammer 40k universe is gigantic. So we're gonna go this way. Actually, I'm gonna finish out this level with you guys. I haven't died yet. Another one where I was rescuing dudes and stuff like that. Oh man, this is awesome. Just burn that gate down. The sound effects are pretty great. I have not heard a bolter yet. The chain sword sounds like a chain sword. As you can see in the top, there's the normal Diablo bar of like, hey, this is what this is. Just get rid of them. They can take cover. It does not matter because the Emperor sees all. But if anyone's interested in the Warhammer universe, it's pretty great. Once in a while, they'll have these little beacons that will kind of backtrack you, so you don't have to run all the way back. That one just took me to the entrance of that room. So far, this A button feels like the main attack. But I'm kind of into it. Kind of into this flamethrower. I'm sorry, heavy flamer. So as you can see, I am level 126.3 for power. And this thing is like 65, so that's why I'm kind of just, it's like nothing matters. The enemy variety is interesting. One of the only issue is like, hey, I've encountered different factions, but they essentially have all the similar, like this guy is gonna charge at you, these guys will attack at range kind of thing.
Kill the heretic.
See, this would be a great anti-Tyranid weapon. Kind of just wrap this up and purge. For those who don't know, I am like an inquisitor. I get the messy jobs, and I was recently promoted to like super high level badassery because of, hey, I discovered something that people are interested in. They made a joke earlier of, hey, we gotta the bureaucracy response really quick. It should have taken years. No, it's because we found something interesting. So that was the mission.
It's time to...
We're gonna warp out with these killer skulls.
You deserve it.
See, like, look how badass that looks. That guy's got a little pyre on top of him, and he's got a sword. Space Marines are freaking awesome. I haven't actually read any of the books. I've kind of perused Wikipedia and stuff like that. So the end of the levels, you're kind of you're seeing all this kind of stuff. You can open up this little crate, and it's gonna give me some goodies. Ooh. So this will give me more toughness and suppression regulation. This one gives me another toughness, inoculator cooldown. So that one is gonna be what I want to equip. So I have got a perk apparently, and I don't know how to use those. Ah, here we go. That's good. So let's go to my inventory and look at that. Look at that sick thing. Let's learn this. So I can now craft this. All right, so equip that. So is this better than my one I currently have? No, it's not. You can hit Y. All right, so I was talking about this abilities earlier. Let's change my set, and we're gonna go over to this. So what I want to do is I want to hit L1, and then we're gonna go over. No. So apparently I can't. All right, there we go. So this attack here is an area of effect, large. So this is a suppression attack. So this is just ignites the ground and stuff like that. And of course it's got like, this is a channel one. This is a disengage attack. So it's like, yeah, burn shit. And of course it's like, hey, I don't want anything. So let's just sell it to this nice lady. So she doesn't actually have anything I really want. I can, of course, like undo abilities and stuff. So let's go ahead and buy this because there is a skill tree I want to undo. I believe it is this one right here. I misread it. So we're going to get rid of that real quick. Okay, cool. So I got a skill point. Let's put okay, so if I had one-handed weapon, I can speed up. I'm getting really close to that one. So anything that has like a ranged skill is, I believe any of those, just like any attack better, I think. So let's just keep layering the damage on. But this is Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. I don't believe it's worth it at full price just because of it needs to be polished. It's got some weird bugs and like, oh, I don't know if you just saw that there, the entire screen flicked. Like that happens once in a while. But I am ZeroJD, this is the XBLA Fans channel. I enjoyed this outside of the bugs and everything like that. If you are really into Warhammer, this game has avoided the Warhammer 40k curse that plagues consoles. It actually made it to consoles. I don't know if anyone follows that, but there's a lot of games that actually just have a release date for consoles for these and just never show up. I am ZeroJD, this is the XBLA Fans channel. I'm into this game. I like it. The price is a little high. There are bugs, but it is rough, and I do enjoy it. Thank you, and have a nice day.